Welcome back to my cave, once again, humans. Have you guys ever heard of Type Wild? It's a Pokemon fighting game that was made long time ago. Well, if you didn't get enough Pokemon fighting fix out of that and out of pocket, here's another fighting game to get your Pokemon fighting game fix out of. It's called Pokemon Close Combat. Alright, I selected a character. Now it's time for the path. I can read most of that text, but some of it's obscured by the Pokeball. Chestnut's image in the Pokeball was pretty boss, though. Alright, guess his first opponent is Beware. Every character has a predetermined lineup. Everyone's predetermined lineup is different. Everyone fights each character in a different order, but the order they fight the characters in is always the same, if that makes sense. I decided to play as Chestnut. Not my favorite Pokemon. Honestly, it's the last Pokemon starter I sorta liked. But at the same time, it's also a pretty disappointing starter, since Quilladin looked like he was gonna be this beefcake. It looked like he was gonna eventually turn into this chunky, tanky, intimidating, what's going on? The hell? And then he just turns into this skinny guy in a shell. Chestnut still looks kinda cool, I guess, but he could have looked way cooler in my opinion. Then again, maybe I'm weird. Unlike Pokemon Type Wild, this game is going to have exclusively fighting type characters. So unfortunately no Snorlax. Though I do hope they eventually add Emboar. As much of a long shot as that is. Dang it, I'm getting pwned right now. Come on, Chestnut, you can still do it. Just attack from afar. Oh, he's got rushdown capabilities. Come on, baby. I don't know what to say in this situation. I'm doing okay, good. Alright, beat the first opponent. Primate! Smash! And yet, your Pokemon never actually says anything. I guess they want you to be the trainer of the Pokemon, so you decide what you say. So you basically just get your Pokemon's perspective. And since Pokemon can't talk, aside from their name, you get basically an expression, I guess you could say. They emote. They describe what they're doing to show their feelings. I can kind of dig that. That's kind of cool. And it's like this with every character you play as. The opponent's going to say something intimidating, and your Pokemon's going to react. Alright. Primate's a pretty fast-paced character. And he's a pretty small character, too. Let me guess, he's like the top tier, isn't he? Yeah? Ooh, I don't know how I did that, but that was kind of cool. I don't really use super moves that much in this, because gaining super meter isn't as straightforward as it is in other games. In other games, you build it up by attacking, or it builds up over time. But in this game, it's typically gained by grappling or parrying or stuff like that. Basically stuff that's not easy to do. I'm not even sure how to pull off most of these super moves either, to be honest. So, yeah, not really an expert. Alright, who's next? Ooh, might want to call an ambulance now, huh? Alright, we'll see about that, Croaky. Gotta be honest, I dig the gameplay in this. It's pretty fast-paced and pretty simple, easy to figure out, but it's pretty fun. As far as I can tell, it's far from finished, though there are endings. But more on those later, because it's kinda weird how you get the endings. Anyway, Toxicroak's the zoner of the game. He's a pretty good way of practicing parrying, thanks to how those projectiles work. You can parry projectiles, which is kind of cool. Like there. There we go. You know, come to think of it, let's go back to Beware's When quote. You might have to call an ambulance. It's kind of dark, but I inherited this Pokemon from its late trainer. How did that trainer die? Honestly, that's kind of shuddersome to think about, but not as shuddersome as Heracross's quote just now. Isn't my heart-shaped horn cute? I mean, just... This is... Primeape goes, Primeape, smash! Toxicroak goes, you might need an ambulance after this. Beware goes, I inherited this Pokemon from its late trainer that Beware might have killed. Heracross, isn't my heart-shaped horn adorable? What kind of quote is that? Also, is this stage a placeholder? Because I know for a fact this stage is from Marvel vs. Capcom. This is like the final bosses stage. The other stages in the game are original. Granted, there's only like 3 or 4 original stages, counting the final bosses stage and the training stage, plus the other 2 stages you fight on. Yeah. During the normal gameplay, there's only 3, 4 if you count the final boss, stages that you encounter in normal gameplay. Only 3! And one of them's not even original! Alright, what does Mineshow say? Okay, that was actually kind of intimidating. Mineshow is, I guess, the Rushdown character? I don't know. Mineshow seems to be... He seems to be more of the evasive character. I wouldn't say Rushdown. He's more about dodging and being unpredictable than straight up Rushdown. I don't know if I'd considered Mineshow a very high tier character, but then again, I just remember seeing a poster for like tournament brackets and the person who got second played as Mineshow, with Heracross being a pretty popular character from what I can tell. I don't know, all that sissy jumping around bullcrap, that's not for me. I prefer to play as a powerhouse. Keep going. Alright, doing good so far. I don't know if Mineshow is the best character against Chestnut. Then again, I don't typically play as these evasive characters. Basically, if you got a lot of good tanking moves and some projectiles and ways around his evasiveness, you could do pretty good, but Mineshow does not seem to have a lot of damage capabilities, though. I'm doing good with the parrying, though. Managed to beat him without losing a round. My phalanx will march all over you. Go right ahead. See if I care. Of course, you're marching on a spiky back. That might not be very comfortable. Also, it said that you could feel Chestnut's heart beating. Again, I kind of like that they show emotion in the actual Pokemon. Well, at least in text form. Can't do it visually, I guess. Making a lot of swag decisions so far. I don't remember this when I recorded this. Being honest. Alright, let's see if I can finish Phalanx off. You're kind of cute just marching about like in place like that. I remember one video where I managed to do pretty good with Phalanx in Pokemon Showdown. If you want, look through all my Pokemon Showdown videos. Man, I haven't done a Pokemon Showdown video in months. Maybe years. I'd have to go back and look. Let's see, when was the last time I did a Pokemon Showdown video? Let's see here on YouTube. Wow, February 11th last year. That was a while ago. Next. That's it? I hatched this Pokemon from an egg myself? I guess that shows your dedication, but it's not very intimidating. Hell, Chestnut towers up nobly. That's more intimidating than I hatched this Pokemon from an egg myself. But again, I guess it's supposed to show that this person is dedicated, and then he spent a lot of time training this character, but then again, that doesn't necessarily mean that. Alright, Chestnut seems to be a good fit against Blaziken, with a lot of parrying and defensive abilities. Pretty useful against those fire kicks. And I've been parrying like a champ today. I have to be honest, I'm not that good at parrying. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who could pull that off way easier and more efficiently than I could. Even with good internet, I bet I wouldn't stand a chance against the top players of us. Draw? This was too close to tell. Okay, so I guess this round is for all the accolades, all the chips, all the marbles, all the enchiladas. At least until the next guy, anyway. Alright, come on, Chestnut, you can pull it off. Ooh, was that an EX version? Like I said, I don't use super moves that often. But I'm doing pretty good with the parrying. And the tanking through. Come on, Chestnut! Okay, that was kind of lame. Just play defensively. There we go! Alright, who's next? Oh, the Snoot Duder. Yes, that is way more badass than it sounds when you consider the fact that do it is German for die. Essentially, I'm calling him the nose killer. He kills you with his nose. And I bet an elephant could kill you with its nose pretty easily. Also, yes, Great Tusk is a fighting type. Does it make sense that it's a fighting type? Not really, but he is. Great Tusk is basically the slow powerhouse. A lot of tricky and long-ranged moves, but his frame data isn't very high, so you kinda gotta be careful when playing as him. Still gotta be careful when fighting him, too. Not doing that good so far. Come on, Chestnut. Like, how many opponents are after this? Is this the last guy? I don't think so. Alright, come on, Chestnut. You can still do this. You can still win. He's the newest character, so I'm not entirely sure what his moves are, but come on, let's go. Previous versions only had you fight 3 opponents, so having to fight all 8 other opponents... Come on, Chestnut. You can do it. Got him! Oh wait, that's just 1 round. Still, it is kind of cute that Chestnut has Chespin by his side. Would have been even cuter if they put Quilladin in there somewhere. Quilladin is adorable. I don't care what anyone says. People think he's ugly, and I think he's just adorable. He's this cute, chunky hedgehog guy, and I really wish the final evolution leaned heavier on the big, chunky tank stuff. But no, we got Chestnut. Ha! And it looks like I won. But did I? Why do I feel like there should be more to this? I don't know, I've been hearing a lot of talk about a final boss, and that wasn't it. Maybe I should go another round. Let's try a different character this time, though. There's 9 to choose from. Oh, who am I kidding? I gotta go with the Snoot Duder. Elephants are like my absolute favorite animal, so why didn't I play as him the first time around? Alright, select the path. Ooh, we got a new Pokeball icon. That's pretty cool. But once again, it obscures some of the text. Alright, my first opponent is Primeape again. I know I don't normally play through a fighting game twice in one video, but it's not a very long fighting game. I think it's okay. Primeape is the straight-up rushdown character. I wouldn't say he's as bad as other rushdowns like Cough Rapid, Cough. I know I pick on Rapid a lot, but he really is a pain in the hiney to deal with. And Primeape just stood there while I Earthquaked him. Thanks for making things easy. But in all seriousness, I don't hate Rapid. Him and Bertha make a cute couple. It's why I made Rapid a playable character along with Giant Bertha in my game Earthquake Warriors, which, speaking of which, I should probably do an ad for Earthquake Warriors soon, since I just recently updated that game. Mostly just going through the game and quote-unquote de-golemizing it, as I like to call it. Not much new content, although I did tweak Leonard and some of the bosses. Leonard got a pretty considerable buff. I made him faster and also made his, mesh skinny move more useful because now it boosts speed, and before all it did was, allow him to evade and... Oh! Fighting Chestnut! Ironic. But anyway, all it did was cause him to evade, but other than that, it lowered his stats. And, in Earthquake Warriors, evasion's pretty much useless, because only the generic Fox Mooks and the Mimics use regular attacks. I'm sure you don't want to hear that. I mean, this video's not about Earthquake Warriors, it's about Pokemon Close Combat. The problem is, I'm just not entirely sure what else to say. Like I said, Great Tusk has some long-ranged moves, but his frame data is pretty slow and he's pretty big. Though he can be devastating with the right playstyle. Alright, as far as I can tell, in order to reach the final boss, you need to beat everyone without losing a round. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, right now I'm fighting Mienshao, or whatever she's called. She's kind of tough for Great Tusk, since she's quite quick and agile, and I have to say Great Tusk doesn't have the best versatility, but Great Tusk is a pretty powerful character. Let's see if I can make it. Mienshao is kinda tricky to deal with when it comes to Great Tusk. You really gotta be careful. When it comes to this game, there are certain characters can beat no problem, and then there are other characters that characters struggle with. There's no consistently hard Pokemon except maybe Toxicroak. With most characters, some characters have an easier time beating them than other characters. Like, Heracross isn't so bad with Great Tusk, but he was pretty annoying with Beware. Maybe I should just screw it and go all out on Mienshao. Earthquake can be useful if you get him on the right spot, but keep messing up. Alright, just don't hold back. Just rush down. You almost lost a round last time. You gotta be careful. Come on. What should I try? Oh boy! Come on. There we go. Okay, so that was tougher than I was expecting it to be. But not as tough as Blaziken. Blaziken's one of the absolute worst to fight with Great Tusk. Alright, well, let's see if I can... Ooh, okay, got the Earthquake in. Nice. But I really gotta worry about those projectiles. Great Tusk has some pretty big hitboxes. He does have a lot of things that make up for it, though. He's got long-ranged attacks, he's got powerful attacks, and also a lot of different attacks. Like that wheel attack. That's kind of cool. Then again, what kind of Donphin can't use the wheel attack? That's like his thing. Alright, come on. Just, when he gets in close, strike from afar. Shouldn't be that hard, right? Ooh, okay, but those projectiles are pretty hard to deal with. Okay, come on. Come on, baby. After this video, I think I'm gonna do the next episode of Massinger Storytime. But once again, it's gonna be on Rumble, just to avoid copyright claims and whatnot. I know, I don't use Rumble very often, and ha! Got the Earthquake in. Blaziken's one of the harder opponents, so... Well, at least Heracross has upped his comment game. But after getting my video actually taken down for a song I used, oy vey. And my latest Mugen video also got a copyright infraction. It didn't get taken down, but yeesh. It was the Burning Village theme that I used. Maybe I should just change it to... I don't know. What was that song from Castlevania Symphony of the Night called? The one in Floating Catacombs? That one. I think it was... let me look it up. It's called Cursed Sanctuary. The one that sounds like all-encompassing hell-breaking Lois. You know, Symphony of the Night is a game I used to play all the time, and it's just a game I just can't go back to anymore, just for how I've grown as a person. What happened? I used to be able to tolerate Human Sue Syndrome. Now every time I see it, the more I hate it. Maybe it just has to do with how humanity has grown and evolved or devolved over the years, but I don't want to drag that into this game that much, or this video. Alright, Toxicroak. He's another hard one for Great Tusk. Great Tusk is going to struggle with zoners. He's not very good at getting in close. You know, I've been talking about all his flaws, but... like I said, he has strong attacks, decent combo game, decent range on his attacks, and he does have his fair share of fast attacks, although some of them are a little gimmicky. And Stampede can save your bacon in the right circumstances. Also, if you hit the wall just right, he can summon a stalactite over the opponent's head. Alright, okay, I made that look easy. He did a lot of bad decisions that I was able to capitalize on. Alright, Beware. Another close quarters character. Although, I think Beware is a little faster, so he has a little easier time getting in on opponents. Plus his, forward grapple, it has super armor, which allows him to actually tank through some attacks, so that's useful. So I gotta be careful around Beware. The stalactite's usually not that practical, to be honest. But, okay, come on, yeah! His drift attack also isn't usually that practical. Honestly, his wheel's not that practical. I'm saying a lot of negative things about Great Tusk. Then again, everyone's gonna have their flaws. Like with Mineshaw, sure, he's quick, agile, and can be hard to hit at times, but he sucks at dealing damage. Beware doesn't really have any zoning capabilities, which can be a hindrance. And Phalanx, I'm not sure. I haven't played Phalanx much. Honestly, the big guys are the ones I typically play as. But, Maybe one day I'll make a thing out of this, do this game with every character. There's only 9 so far, but there's gonna be more, and I made that look easy. Alright, I think all I have to do is win one more round, and, something happens. Not sure what, but something. Something, I suppose. Alright, almost there. Nice! Okay, so Phalanx wasn't too bad, thankfully. And here we have another. What the heck? Ha ha ha! So here we are, the final boss, Gorochu. This guy was, well, actually, he was gonna be Raichu's evolution, but he got cut from the original game. And they just never brought him back, unfortunately. And now that Pichu exists, they're never going to. But I'm gonna say this right now, Gorochu is one tough mother hubbard. You can only fight him if you have completed the entire game without losing a single round. And the way you beat him with Great Tusk is to use Stampede against him after he does that flurry of punches, because there's a small window of opportunity that you can do so. But then he does that, and just, he is unpredictable. That low tail only strikes low and can't be blocked from high, and just, ugh. He's so quick and unpredictable, and every time I think I figured his moves out, like that tail, he pulls something else out of his ass. Like that! The lightning! It's hard to prepare yourself against him. Like, I expect the tail and then I get blasted by the lightning! In a previous recording, this guy took me like 20, 30 tries to beat. But I wanted to show you a video of me beating the entire game on 1 quarter. So, I mean, I'm not giving anything away. Maybe I don't, because this guy is tough as. Okay, just gotta thread the needle. Just thread the needle. Ugh. Then that lightning strikes when you least expect it. Thread the needle. Come on! Beat him! All on 1 quarter. So after you beat Gorochu, you get a QR code that takes you to a different website. And sadly, I'm gonna honor the game's wishes and not show you the QR code. I suppose they wanted to make the ending really secretive, and that's why they're doing it this way, but okay. Well, that was Pokemon Close Combat. I'm Baalf, and the cave is closed.